He's not a ghost and not quite a man. Sounds like the perfect holiday boyfriend. We saw The Spirit of Christmas, so you know what that means.
Now it's time for How Did This Get Made? We're gonna have a good time, celebrate some failure, not just be a hater, cause you know you wonder, how did this get made? Let's wallow in the mediocrity of subpar art. Perhaps we'll find the answer to the question, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to How Did This Get Made? I am Paul Scheer, and this is a very special holiday edition of How Did This Get Made? We saw the Hallmark classic, The Spirit of Christmas, which is about a workaholic lawyer who is sent to appraise an inn in a very small town, only to find it's haunted by a very sexy ghost. Or is he? And is this person maybe the love of her life? Yeah, this movie is weird. And here to break it down is my co-host, Mr. Jason Mantzoukas. How are you, Jason?
I'm good. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Paul.
We are so excited to get the team back together
boy.
for a holiday
boy.
special, because we do have a very special guest, but we also have somebody, she's my other co-host, but she's currently serving jury duty right now. June, are you there?
Hi.
Oh, wait. please tell me.
All right, so
No.
you're just gonna
Whisper it.
Okay, let's.
I have to.
Okay, go
Oh
ahead.
my God. This is the softest you
All right,
will
well, you know
ever
what?
be.
I'm honestly, I'm staring at a sign that says the use of cell phones during jury duty is prohibited.
So, this bears a little bit of explanation.
Yes.
June is currently serving jury duty.
Yes.
And is unable to be with us, but is calling in on the whisper phone.
Yes, she is going to be listening in and texting.
Like a ghost.
Yes, listening in like
Legitimately like a
This
ghost.
pod is haunted.
and she will be texting in her thoughts based on what we're saying. So I'm going to be watching June's texts here as she is joining us from a jury room in downtown Los Angeles doing her civic duty during this holiday season. But we have a very special guest in studio. You know what? No trash can fires, but some fires are in this movie.
Yes.
Please welcome a How Did This Get Made All-Star, How Did This Get Made favorite, Jessica St. Clair. How are you, Jessica?
Thank you so much. And you know, if June had to be a ghost, I feel like I am a good living representation and vice versa.
Oh, so
Does that make sense?
You
Yes.
would like to give your body to June
That's
to
right.
possess?
That's right. And
Is this your way of just trying to sleep with Paul?
Yes. And if somebody is listening who wants to write that up as a screenplay.
Oh, no.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh,
June
I'm
just texted.
possessed by June to.
Ew! I want to fuck June if anybody.
Thank you. So do I. June just wrote, so true. So this
This
movie...
is like, that's like A Secret, or The Secret. What was the Duchovny movie?
Oh, yeah, right, where he...
Where Lily Taylor dies and is in the body of her daughter, and as Lily Taylor, his wife, she keeps trying to, in the daughter's body, sleep with him?
No!
Yeah.
That would not be made now.
By the way...
You think?
It was only made like 3 years ago.
It was very recent.
Dark.
Yeah.
We need to
Not
get you and
interested.
June to watch that movie. All
No,
right.
thank you.
This movie has been one that people were very excited that we were going to
Why?
watch.
Why would they be excited?
I was excited.
Oh, were you?
Because I like some of these movies, and I thought, finally, I'm going to be paid back for all the shit you've made me watch that
Yeah.
scares me. And then this piece of crap,
You're
which
welcome.
did scare me for the first.
What are you talking about? It scared you.
I
What
don't
scared
like it when the camera pans like it's a man watching you, and also very scared to be going to sleep. And don't make me bring up the story of when we were house sitting when we were just 25 and you waited till I went to sleep after I watched a Lifetime movie called
Wow.
May I Take Your Order. Do you remember this?
Of course I don't.
May I take your order?
I don't remember any of this. And
Okay.
also, you watched something called May I Take Your Order?
Okay.
A Lifetime
Quick-
movie?
quick
You're telling me
digression.
a Lifetime movie got you scared?
Quick digression.
Oh, God.
We were on a plane,
And
Jason
by the way,
and I.
that means very long digression.
We were on a plane, Jason and I, a JetBlue plane to California when we were just very young. I was young, you were old. And I was watching a Lifetime movie called May I Take Your Order, in which somebody was abducting people who were working in, like, at a burger restaurant.
By the way, June is just just chimed in to say, Lifetime movies are scary, Jason.
Yes, they are. They play to exactly what we're afraid of. At any rate, Jason said, please do not watch this movie. You can't handle it. And I said, don't tell me what I can or can't do. I'm watching this movie. So then we go to the place, the creepy place that we were house sitting because we had no money. And you waited until I went to sleep because the guy in the movie would tie women up and then whisper to them, may I take your order? And so you waited till I fell asleep like a psycho, crept into my room and whispered, may I take your order, into my ear and scared the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah. Did you just bleep yourself?
Yes. In case kids are listening.
Yeah,
Kids
of course. Kids do tune in for the big holiday episode.
Yeah.
They think it's a Hallmark family-friendly podcast.
Kids love it. And then suddenly we're just talking about like absolute filth.
That's right.
You're
June
welcome,
is
by the way.
June
You're
is very upset. She has wrote in all caps, Jason.
That's right.
I will be playing the part of June and me.
Great.
June also wanted to point out that that Lifetime does an entire genre of women killing men on Lifetime. It's fascinating, but also lots of men killing women too.
That's right. So I don't like it anytime a camera is panning like a man is watching a woman sleep. That's like my worst nightmare.
Well,
so there was a lot of that in the
Well, it's
first 20
interesting that
minutes.
you bring this up, and you are kind of right because this was originally a Lifetime movie that Hallmark bought.
Makes
Oh,
perfect
wow.
sense.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a mix of both. I think that Hallmark is so jonesing to like have 25 full days of Christmas
gotta do
movies that
whatever
they're
they
like,
can.
well, buy this one.
Well, they're
get
just
this one.
acquiring, and this was, I will say this was boring. Like I found this, there's like these wild supernatural elements to it. She goes to the inn and both the ghost story and the romantic story are treated with absolute blasé attitude by every person involved.
That's
Well,
right.
it's an insane movie because I don't even think I understand it. I rewound this movie multiple times. Like, all right, so wait, what is going on? I mean, it's a ghost story without the ghost.
There's like 3 ghosts.
Yeah, there's three.
There's 3. By the end of the movie, there's 3
well,
ghosts.
Nobody-
technically 2 ghosts, 1 corporeal man.
Person.
Like,
But then suddenly at the end, everyone can see the other ghosts.
Everybody can see all the ghosts all the time. Some ghosts can walk through walls, some ghosts don't. The rules, and even within the body of the movie, they keep having moments and scenes where people try and explain the rules. And they say things like, there's the female lead at one point says to the guy, there's got to be some rules to this. And I was like, yes, let's figure them out, please.
Decide.
by the way, they give up on even trying to explain it because at one point it feels like the movie goes meta and they're like, the curse is weird. Like, this is the scene right here. It's like,
I'm no expert on curses, but this one
Yes.
seems weird. He's a ghost except for 2 weeks.
That's
Why?
weird.
Did he insult a witch?
Oh, classic.
There are no witches.
Oh, right, because that would be crazy.
Daniel doesn't know the reason behind his situation.
And neither
Only
does
that
the
he
writer
came
of
back
this film.
95 years ago for 12 days and has done the same each year ever since.
And he can't leave here.
He's restricted by the inn's property line.
Yeah, but there's too many rules for this to be random. There has to be purpose behind it.
We wish.
Like,
and we
I
wish
agree.
there
Crazy.
was. We wish there was a
I
purpose.
agree. Like, I would believe you if you told me like an 11-year-old wrote this script. And like that's the level of logic.
but there is literally, that seems like the transcript of a note session when the screenwriter has given it to someone else. Like, but it doesn't make any sense. Why can't he go on the property
So
line?
he's this, and he's corporeal for 2 weeks, and then he's this.
How many times are you guys going to use the word corporeal?
So many
Because
times.
I've literally not heard that word ever in my life. I
What?
know it is a word, but I don't want to hear it.
By the way, June said, but we can all agree that they had chemistry, right?
No,
June?
No.
No,
But no,
this is a fetish of, is it? I think it's a fetish of girls. It must be to fuck a ghost, right?
Is it though?
It must be.
But like, let me ask
He's
you
not
this.
even a ghost.
Why?
Hold
Who was
on.
the ghost in Patrick?
Why?
Who was the ghost in Ghost? I never
Patrick
saw it.
Swayze.
Yeah, but they're
People wanted
married.
to fuck that
they're a
ghost.
married couple.
So what?
Though.
You
Their
still
love
wanna-
is real. Like they're married.
June has
Okay.
written, I've never fucked a ghost.
But do you want to?
How do
But
you
would
know?
love to.
How do
But
you
would.
know?
She said, unfortunate, but would love to.
Because she liked
How do
Better
you know?
Dead, Drop Dead Fred.
Guys,
He's not a
ghosts,
ghost.
Ghosts could be
Drop Dead Fred is
fucking
not a
us
ghost.
all the time. Ghosts could be fucking us all the time. We don't know.
They fucked Dan Aykroyd or they gave him a blowjob.
Yes, I'm sure.
But this ghost was very sweet. I mean, they just kind of kiss. I mean, it is all about that one peck.
Fine,
they have-
that's hot as hell.
There is
Olden
no
days
sexual
sex
chemistry.
Is hot.
Was this a Canadian movie? Is it possible this movie's Canadian?
No, but the actor is the French Canadian.
That
the
makes a
lead
lot of
actor.
sense.
Because to
we
me,
went to
it
college
had-
with a lot of French
to me,
Canadians.
it had the chemistry of like Canada. Like it was like without chemistry. Like there was no erotic.
no
there was
disrespect
no-
to our Canadian listeners.
Oh
but-
no, disrespect to our. You know what, Canada? Get it together. Wear something
your dicks
sexier. Show us your dongs, Canada.
do something with them.
God damn it.
Stop being so fucking polite.
Oh yeah.
Let's even get into the premise of it, which is our lead actor, Kate, is, and I'm going to bring up June's point right away here,
Looks
which
just
is
like Deborah Messing.
She
Is that her
does.
point?
She's
a young Deborah
Messing-esque.
June says, in these movies, every woman who works is considered a workaholic.
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, she didn't seem. First of all, I don't think that they make you like her right away because they have this weird breakup scene where the guy is breaking up with her for being too businesslike, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I just feel like I didn't want to see this movie about these two characters at all. These felt like
sets
side
her
characters."
Up, yeah, it sets her up in this way that she's like married to her job, and because of her closed off nature, because she gives the guy this whole speech about every boyfriend who's broken up with her or she's broken up with, giving her some sort of
Reason
like
why she's
moniker.
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some sort of moniker said something to her that has stuck with her about how she's unavailable romantically or emotionally, how she's too difficult to, whatever. And that is what you're supposed to believe is like she needs to,
heal something in herself.
Yes, break through this, I guess, and it revealed later it's because of her parents' divorce.
Wait a second. That was the most.
Because of her parents' divorce?
Her parents' divorce is the reason that
Well,
she.
that's not crazy that people could be
It's not processed
traumatized.
at all, though. Like,
I
then
mean-
what happened during the parents' divorce?
She goes,
Did
"I'm
somebody
collateral
murder-
damage?"
Well,
Collateral
because
damage?
Now listen, Paul had obviously a very tragic
Yes,
childhood.
and he's
involved-
figured it out.
and
I
he-
worked through it.
and he worked through it, and we know that. But you're right. She does not learn anything.
June just
Zero.
wrote, Paul has issues.
Paul
Paul does has. I mean, like, listen, we've all got issues.
Yeah,
But
pass
Paul,
the tissues.
if we're talking about who has the
But
most,
Paul managed to figure out how to have a relationship,
How to find
successfully
love.
find love,
And
He didn't-
juggle work.
He didn't
I'd
need to
rather-
find a ghost to fuck.
I would.
And that ghost didn't solve anything for her. That ghost doesn't do anything.
The
like,
ghost abandoned Lily at the end of the movie.
That's tough.
Like, tough
That's
look for
tough.
my girl Lily, who's waiting around for 100 years, and he's like, peace, see you later.
But by the way, so she's waiting around.
He
in the
doesn't
house.
have a social security number. How's he going to live as a real man?
But
Exactly.
why? Well,
He
he
lives.
does-
Imagine his life now. He lives as like an alien in the world now.
Well, you know
June goes, wait, June says Lily's not alone. She's with her dead newborn.
Oh,
Wow,
savage.
Oh my! Who's taking care of that newborn?
Who? Ghost Lily is taking care of Ghost Patrick the baby? Like what? And Patrick the man is meanwhile fucking Kate in the real world, just giving her the ghost biz?
But why is Lily even haunting the
Why is
house?
Lily there? Why
He
is Lily there?
Was giving him a gift. Oh, that final, I don't know, eighth of the movie made no sense. But
No.
basically,
You always split movies into eights. You got it.
Yeah, the
A lot of people
traditional
talk about
8-point
movies in
structure.
acts, 3 acts.
Not-
It's a 3-act structure.
No, this
People
movie-
talk about it in eighths now.
Yeah, where's the eighth?
Oh.
is that the final?
You know that new screenwriting book, The Eighth Act. What is wrong with you?
guys,
Ooh, it had me at the
That-
first eighth.
what
The
is-
second and third eighth, I didn't enjoy at all. Eighth number 4, electric. The 5th eighth was not great. 6th eighth, terrific. 7th eighth was actually terrible. The 8th eighth really brought it home.
okay. My point is, at the end, Lily said what Patrick says. She's given me a gift, which
Right.
is to heal his anger. So, like,
Was his
to be
anger that he was
trapped
killed?
there, which, by the way,
All of this-
legit.
Where is he the
All of
other
this seems
350 days of the year? 'Cause-
In a nightmare that he never
he's-
wakes
Yeah,
from.
he's in some sort of limbo state. I
all right,
believe.
so he is, but is he conscious or in just darkness? Like where?
I would have loved to have seen that.
I would love to
I
have
would have
seen
loved
that.
to have gotten a glimpse of whatever other side he exists
too.
in.
I know because it seems like.
And have it be terrifying.
And by the way, it isn't a witch that cursed him. It was
No.
just Patrick But Patrick didn't curse him either.
No,
Lily
Patrick is him.
trapped him. Lily trapped him there, is what I think.
With her love?
Because he needed to learn the lesson
Oh.
of like that what really happened. She didn't want him to cross over being pissed at her or thinking that
Why?
so it
Wouldn't he
was a
just find her
gift.
there?
I don't know what
June
the
says
rules
that
are.
she thinks he's sleeping.
Oh, God. What?
That's not a
The
nightmare.
point of the movie is he never sleeps, June. Oh, my God, this is wild.
Well, he never sleeps because he's sleeping like for 350 plus
He's
days
not-
a
But
year.
I agree with Kate. It is weird when he stays in her room watching her sleep.
No.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was Creep City.
But
Is that-
she like wanted it.
Oh, she's
and liked
horny for it.
But then he like looks over his shoulder and goes, "Good night, Kate."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like he's just gonna be jerking it while
Yes,
she's sleeping.
he's like stone cold. Like, is that
June
like a
said-
fantasy for women that they want to be like watched while they sleep by a ghost man that they want
I don't know,
to?
ask
June
June.
says, admit it, it was sexy.
What? No,
No. No.
It was not sexy.
No.
Nothing was sexy. Although Kate, too, for a no-nonsense lawyer from Boston who is told repeatedly that there's a ghost in the house,
Yeah.
over and over and over again, meets the ghost and does not believe it's a ghost.
Wait, but here's my thing. Who is the ghost that's been scaring away
The cousin who
Cousin
killed
Harry.
him.
Okay, so
The
that's
cousin who killed him.
All right, the cousin doesn't want the house to sell. Why?
No, cousin Harry
Doesn't want the house to
doesn't
sell?
is a scary ghost.
He's just
Okay.
a ghost.
He's just
I
a
believe.
scare.
He's
straight up.
trapped there. He's
Okay.
trapped in that
Because he
netherworld.
murdered.
Okay,
Right. And
but
he doesn't want to cross over for fear of
so
judgment.
Daniel is never scared a person coming in to price out the house.
I believe not.
Okay,
Right?
No.
Because
I
later
think
on he goes,
does.
"You can
Because-
come in," but yet he
Because
only
Kate later says he's the one that's been scaring away everybody.
Cousin Harry?
Yeah.
Okay.
But why does the innkeeper, who I'm also fascinated with,
Oh,
He's the scariest
here's
character.
that. This motherfucker is I would say these movies, oftentimes it's like they want like a little small town, New Englandy type of movie.
Yeah.
They want it to feel like Stars Hollow, like populated
Right, and
by
there's always an
oddballs
inn.
and weirdos. And the inn is the focal point for all the weirdos. Every person, every townsperson in this movie is more boring than the last.
oh my gosh, he is
The
so
innkeeper
boring.
is flat.
His
city.
I mean, there's a little bit of
His love
community
story-
theater going
Yes.
on here.
I think they hire local for
In where?
the smaller
In Canada?
parts. Yes. I think some of those people are probably
It
on
was-
in stage versions
I'm
of Anne
sure.
of Green Gables, of which I've seen many.
The brother literally looks out as if he's playing to an audience.
Oh, yeah.
Like a community theater audience.
when the brother and Lily in the 5th, 8th of the movie are on the porch and he's like saying, he's not coming back. And she was saying, you know, like, I want him to be, he said he'd be here by Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
He starts to touch her head and face.
And he
he's repeatedly
We're screaming. You're
cramming.
screaming. I'm screaming.
Screaming.
You got to take it down a
Okay,
notch.
fine.
June
Cramming
says,
her
why
face.
is he grabbing her head like
Why?
that?
He's grabbing her head
And then
so
he does
much.
it again.
Oh, he does it. It's like he's like, you know what this guy would do? Grab her head and force it to his shoulder over and over and over again. That's how you comfort someone.
June says that the other jurors are looking at her because the sound coming out of her phone is so loud. June just is weighing in on some of the actors. She said, "Cop is terrible, so is Tavern Owner. Daniel is wonderful."
No.
I will say this, that that the tavern, or not the tavern owner, I'll get
She
to her.
is a snooze.
Snooze. Why would you ever want to be with her?
We are just demolishing people here.
No, it's not them. It's the characters they were written.
Exactly.
No, and everything in it is flat.
Why does
everything?
Why does the innkeeper leave for 12 days to leave this man all by himself?
But
It seems
then
like
he
that's a
doesn't.
death.
That's what's crazy.
He
is
comes
then
back?
he comes back and plays like baccarat with them, or chess or whatever with them. So-
Baccarat? What do you think they are? Like
June
in
just-
Monaco?
June just threw down the gauntlet,
Baccarat?
and she said, June just came in and defended it. She said, it wasn't the writing, it is the acting.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sorry.
I love that you think they're playing baccarat.
Baccarat?
What
They're
are you
James
talking
Bond?
about? They're not they're like literally in a casino in Monaco playing
I don't know
baccarat.
what that is.
You
They're-
don't?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
What
They're
hang on.
playing old timey games.
Hang
My
on.
point
What
is,
describe the game baccarat and how it's played? How do you guess?
Yeah.
There's a
Is it a
board,
card game or a
checkered
dice
board.
game?
It's
Okay.
a checkered board,
Okay.
and you throw dice on it or something. I don't know what.
Okay.
That's baccarat.
Wait,
I don't care what Baccarat is. My point is
James Bond is always, bring me the checkerboard.
Bring me my checkerboard and dice. It's time for Baccarat.
Here's a really
Well, Blofeld.
Here's a really fucked up scene though, when the two of them are just hanging and drinking and talking about how like the girls they're gonna get, and he's like, Kate's gonna come back for you and all that,
Yeah.
and like don't worry, like she wants that ghost dick, and like you're gonna and that's fucking crazy.
Well, then everybody's taking the tavern owner out for a spin at that party.
But the guy taking her for a spin looks like he's 16 years old, like he's somebody's nephew.
I mean, by the way, there's something going on in this town that is bad because that cop literally interrupts their dance in mid-kiss.
Why was that happening?
Why is this cop
Why did
deciding
he
to dance?
cut in at that point?
Guys, when's the last time you waltzed with somebody? They were doing the box step.
They were terrible dancers.
Terrible.
Okay, the most romantic scene when Daniel and Kate are sharing a dance at the Christmas Eve dance party, which is now happening at the inn, right?
Because the tavern is flooded?
And yes, and everybody from
tavern.
Everybody from the inbred town that they live in is there
four-person town.
dancing with their relatives who they also fuck. And literally, Daniel and Kate are having their most romantic moment. They're going in for the kiss, and the cop is like, tap, 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 time for me to cut in, doopy, 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 doop.
Like, I don't even think people cut in anymore in modern day.
People also don't waltz. People also...
No, everyone is waltzing. June wants to know, why did the tavern... Oh, June wrote, fucking pig, about the cop butting in.
Something was wrong with
She
him.
goes, why is the tavern flooded? It never rained.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
No, pipe burst. She's,
Oh, a pipe burst.
Yeah.
But I mean, but by the way... So I don't know what's going on. I also had an issue, like, they have to sell this place so quickly, but why not just leave it to the innkeeper? Like, give him that's a kind of a dick move.
No, because a trust owns it.
Oh, but I mean, but couldn't the trust before they died, like, you know what? Hey, guys, we're putting things in our will. Like, let's give it to the innkeeper. He's been there every...
I mean, the old lady who died, who owned it, like,
Who
remember?
was she? Was
we never
she
understood who she
somebody?
was.
She's the
she
granddaughter...
of Lily?
Of Lily.
The granddaughter of Lily.
We never see her.
No,
but
I
she's
know.
the one who dies.
Right. But who? Oh.
Oh, and by the way, he goes, I don't know what a Christmas tree is.
What?
Christmas tree, like, Daniel was like, what is that tree on top of your vehicle?
Your auto.
Yeah. Christmas trees, I looked it up, came out in the 16th century. So
yeah.
It's not like they're just having a full-on Christmas party.
He also keeps referring to the innkeeper's cell phone as your
Special device.
But knows how to turn the alarm on and off effortlessly.
Guys, I thought this was
He's-
an ad for ADT.
Really?
There is a close-up of that beep boop, like 16 times. Like, why do they feature that fucking security system?
So that they're making sure you know that it's off and on and off and on. But like he also didn't seem like he was from the 20s.
I guess
or whatever it's supposed to be.
Oh, I have a lot of issues about that.
His hair is crazy.
His hair.
Why is
you know
it
what this
shaved on the
reminded me of?
side?
What was Colin Farrell Rides a Horse? What was that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a ghost movie that we did?
We saw with Andy Daly did
Yes.
the podcast. It was like a New York movie. I forget.
Wasn't that also like the time travel lovers nonsense?
Yes.
I'm in love with the ghosts.
And
Jessica Brown Finley.
I remember
Right?
this. I don't remember any details besides it being in like old New York and then time travel and racing on a horse.
and he's
at
on
the
a
end.
horse and there's carriages but then it's also modern day.
But
I think.
To me, it's like his hair at certain points later in the movie gets more old timey, but starts out very of the now.
I know one thing, and that's the olden days. And the one thing that upsets me is when you have a haircut that's too modern, when you speak too modern. Now I felt like
he
Lily
looked like he
had
was from a
had
barber
vocal
shop.
fry,
Yeah.
and he looked like he was in a boy band, and it also looked like they had gone to whatever costume rental and just said like, fuck it, we'll take it.
By the way, I feel like it was like costume rental adjacent. It was sort of like, this kind of looks right. It was like, hey, I don't want to go to like a costume place to get a fancy costume for this old timey party.
Right.
But I think I have this brown blazer
You know what
that
it
looks about
reminds
right.
me of? I had an olden days Christmas party I hosted for girls, and there was
When was
mulled
this?
wine. This was about probably 9 years ago.
Okay, nice.
And I said, please, I did not say come in costume. I just said this is an olden days themed party. June arrived dressed like one of the wives from those Mormon communities, from
Like a sister wife?
It was so upsetting. She was the only person dressed up, but it looked like she had gone through her closet. Oh,
Right,
this long skirt, this, and I'll button it up.
Yeah.
And that's what the people in this movie look like.
Well, yeah,
the olden days people.
I totally agree. June also says that she remembers being there for that party, and that Daniel looked like a Brooklyn barista.
Yes, like one of those stovepiper steam
Yes.
pipers.
Or he looked like one of those
What are
guys that
people?
like does fancy barbershop, like a steampunk barbershop.
Steampunk, that's
Yes.
what it
You
is.
know?
And I have to say something. This guy wastes so much time for the 12 days that he's corporeal
He
there.
just reads.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He just
Like
reads.
you- Wouldn't
irons.
you-
He fucking irons.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm doing if I'm corporeal for only 12 days?
Jerking off constantly.
Fucking and jerking off constantly. Like top to bottom. God, here's the thing,
To be.
Hallmark. That's the movie to make. It's
Yes.
it's a horny
It's
ghost.
a ghost
It's a
fuckathon.
horny ghost who 12 days a year gets to fuck his brains out. But the first day, his true love shows up. What's he gonna do? Bah. Bah, 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 do, 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 bah, 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 do.
But I mean, here's the thing. Like, of all the things they could have saddled Kate with, like, to be this like probate lawyer.
Low
It's
stakes.
just low stakes. Like,
stakes.
make her a historian, a local teacher, somebody who understands like the history, so she can maybe connect with him. And she's always wanted to
Give her some connection to the town.
that anything.
She's like, she is plopped. She is like, I guess it's a fish out of water, blah, blah, blah. But like, give her some agency within the story itself,
Do you
not
think
just
they
like.
didn't have the budget to leave the home?
Oh,
they
of
had,
course not.
No,
Right?
they
So
had.
that's it.
Of course
and
not.
those exterior shots looked miserable. It looked like they were always like, can we bundle her up, put
Yeah.
another blanket on her? Like,
Yeah.
like they looked so cold, so uncomfortable.
Well, Kate was a replacement casting because the first actress died in the snow.
Because they had craft service
She-
outside.
R.I.P. She like went out to get a mini Twix and R.I.P'd herself.
Just had to pry the mini Twix from her frozen hand.
And they still fed it to Daniel because he was number one on the call sheet.
So also, this movie does the trope that I'm obsessed with. That no,
Side pony.
Oh, fuck that side pony and that fit and flare dress. What the fuck was that? Were we hiding thighs I never saw? Because I was like, who made this choice?
she looks. I mean, that dress. I mean, what's going on? Why is she getting that dressed up for this party that looks like maybe it's attended by 10 people? She's automatically like connected to this town.
Well, she arrives, and on day one, the innkeeper and the ghost are like, well, I guess we got to tell her.
Yeah.
About the whole ghost story, which, by the way, she should not be trusted. And then B, they tell her, and she is legit unfazed.
No.
Nobody, there are so many people in this movie that talk to a ghost and are legit nonplussed.
This is why I'm so glad I've never seen an alien, because I
Oh,
don't
so
want to
cool.
see that,
You
because
don't.
then I would lose my fucking mind.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You can't bounce back from seeing a ghost. You can't. You that means you're separate from the rest
Can
of
I ask
humanity.
you a real question?
Yeah.
Real talk.
Sure.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No. Yes. No.
June wants me to reveal that I've seen a ghost.
What are you talking about,
Where?
Paul?
All right. I did see a ghost.
Where?
What?
All right, now here's the crazy thing about the story. You got to listen to the first part, and then the second part is important. So I was camping out in the hallway of my house
So
when I was a
sad.
kid.
This is so sad.
So I was camping out in the
By
hallway
yourself? By
Camping
yourself.
by myself. Like just not sleeping
Just
in my
free soloing.
Yeah, like just I had my sleeping bag out in the hallway. And the hallway leading from my bedroom to my parents' bedroom. So it was like
How old are you in this story?
like 15, 20. By the way, I want to bring one thing down to
boy.
basics here. I am getting constantly attacked about French kissing my mom
You're the one that did it. You're
But
the one that
they-
slipped her the tongue.
People keep on saying it like as I was doing
What
it, like
do
I
you
was
mean you French kissed
Oh,
your
you-
mom?
I
You've got-
tried to do it after I saw a Love Boat episode when I was a young kid.
God!
He watched a Love Boat episode with his mom, and then afterwards slipped her the tongue
Paul,
when
the
kissing her
fact that
goodnight.
you are not in a mental insane asylum is like
I
amazing.
didn't know the difference of kisses. I didn't know.
But that's how they kissed for the next year.
I tried. I was like, my mom
Hey, listen,
reacted.
You gotta try. You gotta try. You don't know who's gonna be receptive. You gotta try.
Upset right now.
I didn't know the rules of kissing. I was a child, a little child. I was 15 years old.
15 is not a child.
What? What do you mean?
15?
It's a child.
15 and French kissing your mom. 15 is when you've already French kissed a person.
It's no big deal. No, I was very young. But so I was young. I was camping out in my hallway, and I saw this presence. It was a woman in a white dress with a blue hood, and she was over me. It was very peaceful. It was very quiet, and she just put her hands out like this. And I stood and I made eye contact with her for a couple of, felt like a while, but it was probably very short. And then I got up and she wasn't there. So it wasn't like I was awake. I saw the whole thing.
Okay.
So now, hang on.
Yes.
Were you, previous to this woman appearing in front of you, possibly asleep?
Okay. So
did this happen while you were brushing your teeth? Or
No,
did this happen while you were in bed, possibly asleep?
It happened while I was camping out in the hallway, asleep.
Okay.
I woke up because I felt something. I looked up and felt like I was being stared at, and I was by this very angelic image of a woman above me.
Okay.
Now, it's something that's always stuck out to me in my grand scheme of whatever, one of those things that's burnt into my head.
Sure.
Now, many years later, about 4 or 5 years ago, I am at this event with a regular person, and we started talking about
What do you mean by
what's
regular?
a regular person?
what
do you mean a regular
I guess
person?
I revealed that he was a regular person before I told you what he was going to tell me.
A corporeal person.
A corporeal person. But no, he's not
is
he's
this guy a ghost?
He's not a medium. He's not a ghost
Okay.
person.
Okay.
He just said to me, we were talking, and he said, as we were talking about other things, he's like, yeah, I have this kind of psychic connection. I do feel like I see ghosts. And I was like, really? And he goes, you saw a ghost when you were a kid, and described the image to me.
With the hood? What did he say, though?
Said a woman standing at your feet in a white outfit with a blue hood. When you were a child, you saw this.
Now, Paul,
Mm-hmm.
are you sure? Because I know a lot of times people retell these things differently because it's like,
Yes,
he
I
said
understand.
blue
I
hood.
understand. I understand.
He said blue hood.
Yes, he it took
that's
my
crazy.
breath away because it was, he said he's an empath. That's what he sees when he looked into me, that he saw that I saw a ghost.
Spirit attached to you still, like a bogey?
I mean,
what is
the way
that?
the way I felt it to be was that it was almost like out of my feet, like standing on my feet. If my feet were like that, like she was standing on
But
my
then,
feet.
do you think though? This
Yes.
is a real question.
And
do you
yes.
think though that man? Let's take for
Yes.
let's assume the validity of both of these stories.
Yes.
If you said to that man, how do you know that? Would he say, oh, because she's still
Standing
right there?
That's what I mean.
She's been with you the whole time.
Did he see the person on
Well,
you?
and that's what I kind of asked him. And
Like,
he
are
said-
you in the presence of this blue-hooded woman
Is she
all
here
of
now?
your life?
Is she here
and
now?
you just had that one glimpse,
right?
or yeah, I
June
don't
said
know.
maybe she's here right now. And that's what I.
Is
and
she
I,
single? I'm
Honestly, maybe
asking
it's the
for a
ghost,
friend.
Maybe it's the ghost you've been
Because here's
waiting
the
for
thing,
all your life.
I'm not having luck with alive girls.
You're not having luck in the corporeal world.
So, you keep using corporeal, I'm not sure why. But I would love it. Maybe I need to open up. Maybe I need to get on one of these dating apps
Yeah.
that
Ghost
connects
app.
me with ghosts.
look,
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
how
I'm
many-
just swiping on Spectre.
Honestly, your commitment issues are so great. I feel like 12 days a year might be
Too
all
much.
you can handle.
Too much. You know what? Back off. Too much. You're smothering me.
Literally, because I can feel you pressing on my chest while I sleep.
and look, I can see all the reasons, truthfully.
No, that is a
why
crazy story,
But
Paul.
the
That's crazy.
addition to it really freaked me the fuck out.
I buy
And
it.
so, did you jump up from your camping in the hallway and jump into your mom's bed and make yourself feel better?
I would never get in the bed with her. She had her husband there that night.
Oh, right. And he didn't know about you guys?
No, we had to keep it on the DL. Oh, now I'm just begging
Now you're
to be
playing into
attacked.
it.
I know. I will say something about this ghost. She comes into the inn, picks up a picture of him that looks like it's
the
an
lawyer,
Instagram.
the lawyer.
Sorry, the lawyer picks up a picture of the ghost, looks at it. It looks like a picture that has an Instagram filter on it. Stares at it, and then when she meets him, just mere
Moments
minutes
later.
moments later, she's like, oh, who are you?
She assumes
You
he's
looked
a
at
real
him.
person. You've just seen his picture.
Right.
That's what was weird to me, because either have him appear as a human being, because he is, again, he's not like a specter in this
Right.
instance. These 12 days, he's a living, breathing human man. Let her discover him, assuming it's a man, and have to figure out he's a ghost.
Right.
But the reality is, if you see her see the picture,
Right,
and
don't-
then see
right.
him side
Yes.
by side, then there's
Or-
newspaper clippings on the wall with pictures of him.
Or I thought, oh, okay, we've seen enough Scooby-Doos to know that people hire people that look like, maybe he's an actor they hired. You
Right.
look a lot like him. Maybe the innkeeper doesn't want people to.
Sure. Maybe they're
Like-
trying to chase away people. Like they don't
Give me a
investigate.
misdirect. Give
They
me a
don't investigate
misdirect.
at all. Everybody is so oh, okay.
I mean,
everything is so slow.
It takes place in a world where ghosts exist. I mean, like, this is the scene where she talks to the innkeeper about the ghost.
Kate, with Patton and Turner, I'm here for the property appraisal.
Yes. Mr. Murray arrived early, left early too.
What happened?
It's probably the ghost.
Come on, man.
Ghost.
Usually is when I leave.
Probably the ghost.
Though Daniel's never harmed anyone, every once in a while he does assert himself.
Daniel.
What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're on a first name basis with the ghost?
No, when you've worked here as long as I have. Daniel Jacob Forsyth. He once owned this inn many years ago.
He basically lays out the premise, and then minutes later, she sees him. And here's the other thing. He just debunked our theory. That means that Daniel is scaring away the people, but yet he has not appeared there yet because so maybe he's a ghost for some of the year and then he's corporeal for 12
No,
days.
Harry's
the
doing
cousin is the guy, the ghost that's.
But he just said Daniel.
he doesn't know. We, as well as everybody else, spends most of the movie believing Daniel is the only ghost haunting the house.
So this guy
What we find out
boy.
at the end, M. Night Shyamalan style, which apparently is blowing your mind right now, which is shocking, is
No, I get it.
is that Harry is the ghost who's malicious.
Okay, I guess I thought I was taking him at face value that he had some sort of conversation with Daniel, and Daniel's like, I don't want you to sell the house, because later on they do talk and he's like, don't sell the house. Like, it is
They
confusing.
seem to be bros.
Yeah. But yet he leaves them alone for 12 days instead of let me bring people in. Let's
hang.
Yeah, let me tell you what went on this last year.
Why don't you jerk off and fuck while you're when Ben Grimm isn't the thing for one day.
Yeah, he's got to go do his
He's
thing.
got to get laid. He's got to get his dick wet.
By the way,
Because it's finally not made of stone.
Honestly, the
Some
person
people like
most
that.
turned on by ghost sex at this table is you.
Yes, I'm into it. I'm not lying. I'm into a bunch of sexy lady ghosts.
I could see you doing that eye roll that Dan Aykroyd did in Ghostbusters. I would say that this movie also was shot so fucking quickly. There's a scene when Daniel, the ghost or corporeal man, gets up to move his plate and his knife falls on the ground, and the scene just keeps on going.
Nobody cares.
No, it's let's go.
leave it behind. Leave it. Keep going.
There are moments in this thing where I feel like people are I kind of flubbed that take. We got it.
We
got it.
got
We
it.
gotta go.
Everybody is just acting as though they can barely remember their lines. You know what I mean? They're trying hard to remember. What's the line? Oh. Yep. Here we go.
Let's take it. Take it back.
You
Also, her hair is not red to begin with. And then as soon as she arrives at the inn, she's got
really?
a red wash in it. I don't know if they shot things.
June wanted me to ask you. She says all Hallmark heroines have a very specific blowout.
Oh, well, too many layers.
Yeah.
Absolutely too many layers. But now I thought this was a current movie. And now that I realized it was 2015, it was coming out of a Jennifer Aniston. I mean, it's kind of an old school.
Wait, 2015?
Yeah, that's when
4
it came
years
out.
ago.
That's not Jennifer Aniston.
You're right.
That's
Yeah,
you mean
that's-
Friends Jennifer Aniston, the late 90s?
Yes.
Yeah,
You mean,
way,
18
June is
years
saying way
before?
after Jen
No,
Ann.
I
A
understand
decade
that,
after.
but it was such a classic, it stuck around, especially for the Hallmark crowd.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it
All right,
might
for
have
the
just
Hallmark crowd.
gotten to Canada.
That they're still are
By the
Ross
way,
and
this is
Rachel
shot
going to
in-
get back together?
This
Yes.
is shot in your neck of the woods in Massachusetts.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Where? Do you know?
I do know, actually. This was it was filmed at the historic Proctor Mansion,
Is that
located
your
in
house?
Wrentham, Massachusetts,
Oh, yeah.
and the Harding Allen Estate, located in Barr, Massachusetts.
Okay.
While the real Proctor Mansion does not have a ghost story, there is a mystery surrounding the inn. So that's that.
Juicy.
Yeah. By the way, this, I just again want to get to the chunk of this thing, which is Kate has no one in her life, no one to go home to.
Are her parents dead?
I mean, they're divorced. She's collateral damage.
She like.
Did they divorce her?
She doesn't. Does she talk to her mom on the phone at one point or no? She doesn't.
No.
Right?
Just
Like
that
she
guy.
has seen. It's the lead up to Christmas, and she has no communication with either of her parents.
I thought, give
Are
me
they-
a
they must be
monologue.
dead.
She said,
Are
I'm
They divorced her. They
divorced. They're still together, but they divorced her.
She's collateral damage.
She's
we
the
were better
damage.
without you. Get
Her
out of here.
parents
Because if
dumped
anything,
her.
it would seem like she's got two options, good options. Go with her mom or her dad.
Or go with that the head of the law firm who wears those cool Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, that-
By the way, it was like they shot him in the darkest room in a Hawaiian
In
shirt.
a
Like, hey,
rattan chair.
again, I was going to bring this up before. I just have to bring it up, and at one point someone will just say, "Yes, Paul, I hear you," but it is the fact that I hate these Christmas movies where everyone's having their office company party on Christmas Eve.
That's crazy.
I've been around. That's a time for family, not for like corporate work parties, not Christmas Eve.
Nobody's ever had an office party ever in the history of
Also,
America on
you would be
Christmas
the
Eve.
worst. How?
Yes.
Also, that office, a thriving law office, appears to just have the two of them in it, and not be able to
No.
see or look at other offices
And
or
an
other
old
people.
fax machine.
Dude,
The movie
in the
can't
back.
afford extras. The movie can't
No.
afford office space.
June can afford a lot of extra snow. They're like, this is great for the production value.
I was worried about their lungs, honestly, with all that
Oh.
extra snow.
Too much.
Yeah.
June just wanted to slam me and say that I haven't been around that many corporations. But still, I mean, it's still, I still. I still think the
True.
Christmas Eve party is a misnomer. It's not a thing. It's not like
No, it's a holiday party is usually
holiday party. Yes,
late in the late teens, early 20s of December.
Yes, no one's like, hey, so we're just gonna get everybody together at the law firm tonight.
Yeah, like
get away from your family.
Unless
Figure your
unless
shit
you're
out at home.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yes,
Because
totally.
then he usually has
Friend
those.
of the pod.
I wrote that. I mean, he's so great. We try to record in his giant safe, but we always are hearing that money, that change rattling.
Yeah.
By the way, I wrote down this. This movie made me want to go to bed. Not like fall asleep, but
So
literally.
you could see your ghost?
Oh, I'd love to see it. But to like literally get snuggled up in a bed. Like I felt the bed work in this movie
Yeah.
was at an all-time
It
high.
was. Here's what I will say that I enjoyed. I love like a cozy New England inn in the
Always.
snow, like that. Like to your point
The
of like,
dragonfly
I
and
love
the
that.
blankets.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
please, don't get me started. Give me Suki's meals at the Dragonfly.
Come on now.
Give me the upstairs room with doors, please.
Does
Yes.
Suki make pancakes in the oven? Like
Oh,
this guy did?
That was strange.
Open up the oven.
Here
Here's
we
a
go.
plate of pancakes.
I'm assuming made them and then was just keeping them warm in the oven.
For how many people are you making pancakes for? It didn't seem like they had a morning rush.
And none of any of this movie made it. And there was, what is there, 7 actors in the movie? Tops.
That's right.
Tops.
Yeah. I'm going to look at what the IMDb list is because it really can't be that much.
How much? I don't know. And I'm assuming they just feel like these Hallmark movies, they have to come in at a certain budget, so this is what they're doing.
I mean, it's hour and 30 minutes
Yeah.
on the nose. All right, let's see how many.
Also, if you fast forward, which I did, any of the establishing shots, that
yeah.
cuts 40 minutes out of the
Oh,
movie.
by the way, I wrote that down too. There is so much wasted.
11 speaking roles.
11 that is.
Wow, in a
that's
full
shocking.
film.
That's shocking.
11 And by the way, I'm looking at some of them and I don't even remember
Yeah.
them. Some of them don't even have pictures next to their.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so.
It's crazy. There is so much wasted time in establishing shots, so
Yes.
much wasted time within scenes, lingering on set deck, lingering on like stuff.
She plays.
Genius wants me to point out that Hallmark and Lifetime does pay its actors well, and they always put them
Oh.
up in 4-season accommodations.
Well, honestly, why aren't we getting offers? June and I would gladly go do a 3-day
By the way,
film.
here's what I'm going to say. Hallmark, give us a movie,
That's
the
right.
4
Oh,
of us.
This is it.
that would be
This
great.
is the
Christmas
4 of us, a
movie.
Christmas movie that's the 4 of us.
love
And we
this.
all fuck ghosts.
Oh.
We all fuck. There's 4 of us, and we are correspondent to 4 ghosts.
Oh, June's in. She says, "Oh my god, I would love that." This movie is really trying to pull off this twist, and I think that's what's so weird about it is the love story's not working for me.
Nope.
I don't get it. And then the twist is convoluted. You get it,
What's
but
the twist?
Well, I guess
Cousin
the
The
Harry
second
is
ghost.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
the second
of
and
course.
third, because Lily
Yes,
is also a twist.
Lily's hanging out as well.
And she's like able to bring him, like she touches him with his hand.
Lily can grab Patrick's hand, but Patrick can't see Lily, but Patrick
and
can
this
see
is
Harry.
the first time he's
Seen Harry.
In 95 years, Lily has never appeared to him, has never thought
Well,
maybe
that's
to
the
push him
weirdest thing.
along in
No.
his, in
June
his
just keeps
journey.
on writing, who is Patrick?
Who is Patrick?
What do you mean?
Is
I
that
think-
his name?
Isn't that
think-
his name?
I think that's his name. Patrick
who's
is
Daniel?
Well, one is his
Oh.
brother, right? Patrick is the brother, and then Harry is the one who killed him.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the lead guy's name?
What's his
Daniel.
name?
Daniel?
Daniel.
Oh, I'm saying
okay.
Patrick by
Oh,
mistake. Sorry,
okay.
everybody.
Sorry, yeah, okay. June is confused.
Sorry.
Yes,
Daniel.
Cousin Henry, brother
Cousin
Charles,
Henry is the
It's
murderer.
Harry. Cousin
Daniel.
Harry.
Prince Harry, Prince William,
Cousin, is it Henry or?
Princess Meghan.
What is it about inns that gives ladies boners?
Why ladies love? Here's what ladies love: ghosts,
Yeah.
inns.
Yeah.
You know, like
Ghost inns at a foreign location and then quitting their job.
yeah, like under
Getting
the
away
Tuscan
from the
sun or
job.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? A year in no.
Oh yeah,
All
that
of it.
yeah that
Under
that,
the Tuscan sun.
Yeah, thank you.
June said, "Horny for inns, love it all."
But why?
But why? Why?
I'm
why?
not horny for an inn.
I'm not.
I don't like.
Seasons.
I don't like a B&B.
I don't
I
either.
hate.
No,
it.
I don't
hate
like
having
an
the
Airbnb. You know, I
conversations.
mean a B&B rather, because you know what? Those people want to talk to you.
I don't like that.
And guess what? I hate people.
Yes.
Oh, I get so much guilt for not being down for
Doing
the
the
breakfast.
wine and
Oh, you
I don't
missed-
want that.
We missed you
Wine
at
and
breakfast.
cheese.
I don't
Yeah,
want
because
no-
I'm on vacation and I slept.
Yeah, I don't want to be there.
I don't want
And
to
they're
sleep in
all
an old
listening to
bed.
you fuck. All they
Always.
do is listen to you fuck. Because all you're in is their old daughter's former room.
Ugh. I went to.
She's in college now and I get to fuck in her room.
I went on like a romantic trip to a B&B and it was not fun. The room, like the theme of the room was like it
the
was
theme?
Oh yeah, there was
There's
every room
always
was
themes, and there's always a freestanding tub in the middle of the room.
yeah.
Oh, and there's always stuffed animals.
Always stuffed animals.
June is asking when did I go on this?
I was
romantic
just
trip?
going to say.
Ooh, who did you go on it with? Your mom?
Oh, hey.
Nailed it.
Which I'm also on, guys. Check out Nailed It. Jason on Nailed It as
Oh,
well.
nailed it. Holiday season.
Guys,
What?
I was so jealous
Yeah.
to see you as a contestant,
That
Paul.
was very high, very big highlight for me this year.
I screamed. I've been trying to get on Nailed It.
Oh,
no
oh.
joke.
I can help
You
you,
can do
get
that.
that.
That's all I
screen.
want. They
Oh,
don't
we can
want
do that
me.
very
They don't
easily.
want me.
No, they want you.
I'm
gonna-
Believe me, they
Wait,
want
did you do something to them?
Possibly. But holy shit. And you in that tux, are you talking about
There's
you
a
didn't-
new one now.
Yeah.
did
There's
it
a second
again?
one. Yeah. There's a second one that just came out. The
It-
holiday
I can't
holiday
wait to be-
season 2.
holiday season. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all it's called. Yeah. It has just come out and
Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and I am a contestant. Jason is a judge, not on the same
episode. Yeah.
But oh man, that was a stressful day. That was a very
Was it?
oh god, yeah. It was incredibly because they were very nice to me. They wanted me to be a judge, and I said I really want to be a contestant. Can I do it?
Yeah.
And then they said to me, "All right, you can go on." And I said, "Well, here's my bit." I want to play a pharmacist from Pasadena. I'll say my name is Ted. And then Nicole the whole time would be like, but you look like my friend Paul. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And I recorded a video and I did all my intros.
wow.
And then they said, you know what? You do have to do it as yourself. I'm glad that change was made.
By the
but
way, yes.
I think it would
super
have
weird,
been
Paul.
it would have been weirder. It would have been too weird, I think, for the Nailed It audience, which is a lovely audience. But it would have been weird
That's
to
honestly.
It would have been so confusing. It's such a funny bit,
Right.
But like so many of Nailed It's fans, which I love, are like 8-year-olds.
Well,
are
I
kids.
just
Phoebe is my 6-year-old daughter now thinks Paul is a celebrity.
yeah.
What
I
about
mean,
me?
Doesn't care about you.
Ah.
But I would think that kind of bait and switch of your identity would be much like the confusing nature of this movie.
Yes.
Like, where are the rules of Nailed It?
Why and why? Yeah. Why did
What
we?
are the rules?
Why would
Why
we do
are
it
you
like
there?
this?
But you're a real person.
But I feel like it nailed it. People react honestly versus in this, the reactions are not honest at all. People should be, when they meet Daniel, losing their entire
That's
mind.
right.
Oh yeah. This whole movie. I mean, maybe she's working so hard that she's just, I mean, sometimes I feel like this, like, you know, like, all right, what's the next thing? All right, I'll just take it. I'm just taking it on the chin. I gotta keep on moving forward. I don't have time to react.
Also, it can't, again, low stakes. She wants a promotion, so she's willing to spend 12 days in a haunted mansion where a ghost could
By the way,
fuck her to death at any minute.
She doesn't need to spend 12 days there. She doesn't need to spend any time there.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't need to do any of this stuff. Like, so she can't, I mean, I guess she's you know, pinching her pennies, so she's not staying in a local place.
No, but after the first night where she believes there is a man in the house that is hiding, she doesn't get the fuck out of there.
No, and
That's
she calls the
crazy.
sheriff to come over. He's like, it's all clear. She walks in the house. He's there again.
June wants to go. June says, I'll ask again, because I haven't been saying it. She goes, why does this have to happen in a week? And I can answer that because it needs to be done before taxes are handed in. Because they don't want to get taxed.
Again, who cares?
I mean, the estate of the old lady, I guess.
I
Got to
guess.
save money on those, you know, estate taxes.
Oh, my God. I mean, then here's the, so he gets dealt with this final question. Does he stay?
Yes.
Or does he go?
So he's able to, Lily gives him an option. Like, you can stay, you can come to the afterlife with me, your true love.
You fucked me in our real life. You fucked me over.
Yes.
By running.
Yep.
And then I died at having your baby.
Heartbroken.
And now I had to watch you kiss.
But just gently kiss. I mean, this is like a Hallmark movie. This is like a handhold and a peck.
Yes,
But
agreed.
question, why does she fall asleep?
Yes, it almost he puts. I'm not kidding. Is this another fantasy for women? The ghost man Daniel, puts Kate to bed like a child.
Well, that
three
is kinda
different
hot.
times.
Sometimes you just
puts
want
her
that.
into bed.
We're very
and
tired.
covers-
Women
Do you
are
like that
tired.
do you want a man to put you into bed?
Like in your street clothes.
I mean, she's always in her street
She's
clothes.
always in street
That's
clothes.
how I knew the show. That's how I knew this movie was cold because she's like in 4 layers
Yes,
under
and
a
he
big
puts her, he tucks her in repeatedly, like she's a baby.
June
It's
says,
infantilizing.
I kind of do want to be put to bed.
No!
But
June wants to be put to bed too. She's
What?
laying. Yeah.
No, that's insane.
June has asked me to tuck her in.
I feel like at a certain point, you're so tired that you wouldn't mind being tucked in, someone to just have sex with you while you're half asleep.
That's a difference.
and
That
just,
makes sense.
Like, because then you don't have to do anything.
That
right.
I understand.
You just
but,
kind of are. You're
just sort of
dropped
there.
in.
but that's just like, I don't want to have to do. I want my needs to be met without having to ask for it. But
June just
Kate,
wrote, tuck me in and I'll lay there like a dead rat.
tuck me and fuck me. That's the T-shirt.
Oh my God. All right. So June also wants to say, like, she feels like Lily is mad at him for the wrong reasons. Like, he was running to save the inn because no one was coming because of the influenza and the economy.
And she's just pissed that he's not making it back for
Christmas?
Eve. Who cares?
For
Agree.
that party that looks like they couldn't afford extra, so they have to do most of it on
Wait,
the.
did Daniel know that she was pregnant?
No.
I don't think so, because that was his misunderstanding.
And did she know that she was pregnant?
But he only had that
when he got killed.
Did he only have that misunderstanding? By the way, she should have been a podcast host who's doing like a true crime thing. Like, ooh, that would have been
Smart.
great.
Would have been great.
Smart.
I like that.
We can Limetown this, guys.
But did Daniel know about the kid, or was it a reveal? But when the tavern owner was like, did you know that she had a
It was
kid?
a reveal.
I think it was a reveal, but he felt like she had betrayed him with his brother because he saw that porch scene. Remember the cold open of the movie is him watching that same handsy head porch scene?
But the moment that boring woman in a sheath dress, the tavern owner says that there was a baby, we all knew it was his, right?
No.
But didn't you feel like as a viewer, I was like,
yes.
of course.
I see what
why
you're
was
saying.
it why did it take them another 4/8 of the movie, which is a half, to find out about that? Like,
Unclear.
that's bad.
Well, here's the thing. He has, in all of his years of coming back for 12 days, even though he says he did, he never gets to the root of any of the information, except because it's not until
he says Cousin Harry helped him research it, and so now we know he's the one who organized the killing.
I'm
I know.
assuming.
Yeah, but June just brought up a good point, which I'm kind of confused by, but I'm going to read it out loud. She says, why did Daniel have sex outside of his marriage? He should answer for that. And I go,
With
wait,
who?
When did he have sex? And then
To get Lily pregnant.
to have his child with Lily. But I mean,
That is kind of crazy.
yeah, not his marriage.
Oh, you mean like, well, no, she
But
was
out-
his fiance.
That's what I thought too. He was his, yeah.
They were to be married, I believe.
But outside this marriage, but she goes, but still.
But still, that's true.
So wait,
at
so
that time, that wasn't the right thing. But I think a
people
lot
were
of people
fucking.
did it. I think
People
a lot of
were
people did
fucking.
it. But here's my question: is the reason why Lily is so aggro about him coming back that because she is pregnant, she knows she's pregnant,
Yes,
but hasn't told him,
correct.
and is maybe going to tell him on Christmas? I mean, like that's the thing.
Who knows?
I would have loved to be like, she was going to tell me.
What's the story? There is no story. There's no like. This should have a mythology to it. This movie, this should have.
No, they don't have time. They simply don't have time. I mean, because this is how it kind of ends up, which is the lamest response or the biggest like throw it all in, which is this.
Why is this happening? Why haven't you moved on?
Where else would I go? I murdered someone.
He's afraid of judgment.
And as long as you stay here, I stay. You're my anchor.
You're the one who chases people away, makes sure he's alone. You killed him and cursed him to this purgatory.
No, that's not true. I don't know why you're stuck here, Danny. I swear it.
I know. He's not why I'm here. Turns out it's not a curse after all. It's a miracle.
Why?
Why?
Because
What?
now, by the way, now Lily has shown up.
Right, but
And
he
so-
can only see Lily.
Only
but-
he can see Lily?
Yeah, because she shows up, and then this guy who killed him doesn't look over.
Can
And
Kate see him?
I think
Can Kate see Lily?
I think Kate can see the killer and Daniel, but not Lily because Lily.
Why? What are the
Why?
rules?
Why?
Because
Miracle.
she's looking at him, nodding.
If fear is what's keeping you here, Harry, then I forgive you. I've been
I also
angry-
like that Harry is still in a scarf and a hat.
He's so hot during
Oh
the
my
shooting
God.
of this.
He's like, but everyone's like, more layers. Well, there it is. I mean, it like.
But guys, I still don't really understand.
I don't either.
Lily,
What's the gift?
What's the gift?
What's the
To-
gift?
To heal all the wrong.
The miracle. What's the miracle? Like,
What does
I don't
that
understand.
mean? What does that mean?
the
Does
miracle is so
anybody
that he would
know?
find out and understand that she loved him, she didn't betray him, she was going to have his child, et cetera, et cetera. Is that what she needs him to know? Is that what makes him restless?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. This is a dumb movie.
You know what? We have this opinion about this film, but there are people out there with a different opinion. It is now time for second opinions.
The movie was a piece of shit, yet this person recommends it. Tell me what is the message? Maybe that art is subjective. I need a second opinion.
Thank you, John LaJoie. And here are second opinions culled from Amazon.com. There are 580
Whoa!
reviews of this film.
Whoa.
86% are 5-star
Whoa!
reviews. Only 1% are 1-star reviews. This is higher than most of the films that we do on this show. The average rating is 4.8 out of 5 stars.
Crazy.
Let's get into it. Jay Ianchi writes, good story, good acting. The British believe in ghosts, so this story is rather British and very well told. All the characters are well acted, rationally, so they made the story almost believable if your ideas about ghosts are very rational. I found the movies made for a Lifetime terribly primitive, but this one is good due to the acting. 5 stars.
This is a man who wrote this?
I don't know,
Jay?
Jay Ianchi.
Okay.
And then I didn't read this one part because I enjoyed it at first. I purchased it for my family, and they agreed.
Oh, wow.
Wow. NGM writes, I have come to really enjoy this movie. Being a grief educator, I felt like it had a lot to say about grief and loss and unresolved issues, as well as love within ourselves. Even if it was a fictional story, the music is quite peaceful and restful. I don't know that.
I did think to myself that I would maybe purchase this soundtrack and play it while making Christmas cookies.
What are you
but
talking about?
This is a great movie to
Have you
relax
lost
by.
your mind?
A
Yeah,
great,
right?
a
A little
great
bit
movie.
of
That would
piano.
double the box office returns of this movie.
A great movie to relax by. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I watch it again.
That's fucking
This
weird.
is saying it's a sleeping
That's
pill.
dark.
But
That
that's
is
what
like-
you just said, Paul, is you wanted to be tucked
I
in.
wanted to be tucked in. I did too. Birdwatcher writes, though young children... Birdwatcher.
Guys, no joke, I worked for a bird watching channel. Remember that?
I do.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
wow.
Yeah.
Though young children won't be interested in it, it's different and better than the usual Hallmark romances where a single parent with a dead spouse or a workaholic meets and falls in love with blah, blah,
Give me
blah.
that.
Those
Give me
get
that.
old
That
fast.
Was the one-
This one is interesting.
Was
This
the-
one has a twist. That being said, there's a few flaws when one looks at the messages given regarding ethics and criminal activities. Let's not go there. 5 stars.
Was the one we did with Mario Lopez and Melissa Joan Hart?
ABC Family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that when they all got they were all exploding out of their butts in that house? Do you remember that? They got the butt exploding.
See, this movie could have used a little bit more butt explosions.
And then this is interesting. I'm just going to read this one. This is Micah Ja writes, the fantastical ghost story really needs to be watched several times to figure out the time sequence and the relationships of the various characters at either end of a century. I love this film. The co-stars are compatible and believable, and the caretaker is warm and comfortable in his role. I like Daniel's little eccentricities. Eating like
What?
Brad Pitt
Having
in
like
Ocean's
sideways
11.
hair?
He
And
was always eating chestnuts. Didn't you feel like he was
Oh,
always
what?
like? Did
No,
he
he
always
was
have a knife?
carving
What was he
some-
carving?
Oh, he's always like,
Apples.
yeah, carving up an apple.
Oh, also, remember when
What's
he
up
was,
with his watch?
You know what we didn't talk about? When she comes in and he's got his shirt off, but also his pants are down, like
Yeah.
a little
Well, yeah,
bit
because
down.
his suspenders are off. Because it's been,
That was fucking weird. And then he's like, get out of my room.
What was interesting too is that's the moment where she gets super horny for him, but all you see is his bare back. Like
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah.
turn around. You don't. It's like that's as sexy as this can get.
I mean, I thought it was sexy when he gave her the fireman carry in the beginning, when he just scooped her up and dropped her outside on the porch.
Women love to be scooped up and put into a snowdrift.
June
or
wants to
put
be
into bed.
June wants me to write in that the back was sexy.
I could have used more chest hair
From Kate.
from Kate.
From who? From the innkeeper? From the cop?
He needed a chemical peel on his face, though,
Oh,
right?
boy.
He had a-
Well, that's, what we've talked about second opinions. Let's go to third opinions now. Very rarely do we do this, but this one made me laugh. This is from Andre. It's a 1-star review, and he writes, horrible and scary, not at all Christmas-like.
Oh my God.
What?
You know what? I don't disagree that some of this movie was scary.
June,
No, you're wrong. I wish this movie was able to scare me. I wish this movie was.
If it had a real scare.
I wish this movie had like a different gear to get
Right.
to.
Yeah,
Right.
It just
no gear.
felt
Like,
like
what was the one where Nicole
Bah.
Kidman, this is our house.
the others.
Oh, that was
The
great.
others, right?
June just wrote, I had a few scares, and then she wrote, well, our 5-year-old son, she goes, he was scared.
Wait,
Really? Why were you watching this with our
that's
5-year-old?
not correct. That isn't correct.
All right, so let's
He's gonna
go.
learn a lesson about falling in love with ghosts.
Yeah,
Let's go
that
around.
that you can make it work.
Yeah.
That's what's fun.
And by the way, that's basically what Kate's. This is crazy. Actually, we didn't talk about this. At the end of the movie, in the 8th act, Kate says, "You know what?
I'll just make it
take
work.
it. I'll
Take
make
12
this.
days.
You can be my boyfriend 12 days a year. And guess what? I'm working so hard the other days of the year. This is all I can
Yes.
take.
It's kind of what Ina Garten has with Jeffrey.
The barefoot Contessa.
Because he only comes in for the weekends. He teaches at Yale the other 4 or 5
really?
days.
Great. So they just come in for those weekends,
Yeah.
plow town, and then
Yeah.
he's out of there.
But you know what? That's a lot of plowing 12 days straight. I could get it if it was like one day, like
12
like
days if you're
12
not getting
spread
plowed the
out.
rest of the year?
She said, June
too
said they
much.
have it perfect. A perfect marriage.
I know.
I would
don't
love it.
disagree.
Here's what I would love. I would love if in the last scene, Daniel comes up to her and he's chosen. He's going to stay here forever.
And she goes,
and she's like, you're smothering me. This is too much. We have to break up.
She gets
and she
encouraged,
so
runs
cold
away.
dumps him.
And then he's stuck there.
He's stuck there. No social security number. He's a man out of time. He's from the past. He doesn't know how to do anything.
This is a spin-off movie. Come on.
Or he tries to go back to the other world and it's like, Lily,
I would love it if she was like, pass. You know what? I'm kind of into Cousin Harry.
Oh, man.
He's like the bad boy of the story. He's a murderer.
So, Jess, would you recommend this film?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And again, I, out of everyone here, was willing to give it so many different chances. I watched the other In movie that was on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, you watched both of them?
I watched the movie that just came out, and I gave it a
By
lot
the way,
of chances.
I'm very excited about that Netflix sitcom that is just a holiday-based live-action multicam.
That's insane.
Wait, what is that?
Always
It's like
Christmas?
It's always Christmas. So it's a multicam show with Dennis Quaid called like maybe
Very Merry
whatever.
something.
Yeah,
or-
that's like literally a very whatever.
But is it always Christmas?
I think it's the 10 episodes all take place over Christmas.
And then what will season 2 be?
All over Christmas.
Next Christmas.
Yeah.
Wow. That seems flawed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. And then June is going to unmute herself. June, do you recommend this movie?
I loved it.
I loved it.
Honestly, that was the scariest moment of the entire
Like
podcast.
this really
and movie.
is like there's a ghost.
Did you really love it, June?
Yes.
No. Really?
Yes, Jessica.
I
really enjoyed it.
I don't know what to do with that. We're so similar usually. I don't know what to do with this information.
I mean, Jason, I feel like I know where you're at on
No,
this.
this was bad. This was boring bad. Like I enjoyed Mario Lopez, Melissa Joan Hart, Holiday,
Yes.
whatever that
absolutely.
was. Just so much more.
So much more.
It had more going on.
Yeah.
This was a movie that had so many characters that were doing that gave so little to the movie.
June said that movie didn't hold a candle to this movie.
Whoa!
I would argue that the
Hot
Mario
take!
Lopez scene where he's shirtless.
Oh, yeah.
In that very
Also,
tiny bathroom that they were all shitting in
Yeah.
was hotter than any moment of this
I
entire
agree.
movie.
And also no chest hair on Mario Lopez.
And you know what? That didn't bother me.
She goes, I prefer Daniel to Lopez, according to June.
Wow.
This
is blowing my mind.
I found their chemistry to be better.
Same.
And I found their romance to be more understandable.
I
Agree.
Agreed.
Hard agree.
All right, well, we'll see you guys all next Christmas as we find another romance. Jessica, what do you got going on? What do you want to talk about?
Well, this is weird, but I'm on not one but 2 shows that take place in space.
Whoa.
One of them, I'm on Earth, and the other one, I'm in space.
Wow.
But the first one comes out really soon. It's called Avenue 5, and it's going to be on HBO.
Oh, wow.
I am in space for that one.
I love
Like
this.
Sandra Bullock in Gravity.
Very similar.
No, this is by the creator of Veep.
Armando Iannucci.
And now, do you pronounce it Armando or Armando? Because I always hear some people...
Armando.
Armando. Because
Yes.
now I know for sure. Because I always think it's Armando, and then people say Armando, and I'm like, I
Right.
don't know. Okay,
It is,
Armando.
in this instance, Armando.
Potato.
We
but-
all know an Armando Diaz.
Yes.
That's right. It's really funny. Hugh Laurie and Josh Gad, all these like amazing people in the show. Zach Woods. So I'm trapped in space. So look out for that in January. And then I'm in a movie called Like a Boss that's coming out too.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Tiffany Haddish and
Oh, yeah.
Rose Byrne.
Yeah, yeah,
Natasha
yeah.
Rothwell.
Miguel
Ari Grainer.
Ortega's movie.
And then later in the spring, I'll be in another space show called Space Force.
Oh, wow. That's
with
the Greg
Steve Carell.
Daniels movie.
Yes.
The Greg Daniels TV show.
That's right. But I'm on Earth in that one.
Funny.
Wow.
You've really carved out some space for yourself in space.
Very surprising, isn't it?
It
Wow.
really is.
Really?
So
Very
would you say
surprising.
that you mostly work in sci-fi now?
Yeah.
You are a
think so.
sci-fi star.
Could I ask a question, though,
it's
of
so
you
weird
two
because
gentlemen?
I'm promoting. I've just been cast in an Anne of Green Gables remake. I'm doing that and a Little House on the Prairie remake. I'm doing all olden times, olden days shows.
Little House in the. Here's the thing, though. I want to say,
No one wants
as
it.
much as I love, shut up, Paul. As much as I love the olden days, I would be terrible in an olden days movie. I would be as bad
Right.
as that woman playing Lily, who sounded like
it's
she
a
was
tall
like a
order.
millennial. She was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, like I don't want you to go away. Come back for Christmas.
Well, you
is-
just sound like yourself now.
I know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to pull it off. So, would this movie have been better if they
June
had British
says you'd be a
accents?
perfect Josie Pie.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We never saw her as old as I am, which is 29.
Let's be honest. Like in olden days, you would be dead by now. Your life expectancy would be
100%.
Yeah, you would.
I would have had.
You would have
16
been taken
kids,
by cholera.
Deadsville. But yeah, I listen. I don't judge these actors because I think I would have been just as bad, quite honestly.
Jason, what about you? What do you got going on?
You know, I'm going to promote, as we talked about earlier, the holiday season of Nailed It, which we are both guests on. Me as a judge, you as a contestant, is some of the funniest stuff. Nicole, friend of the pod, Nicole Byer is the host. Jacques Torres.
So good.
It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, it's a great show to watch with your whole family.
Did Jacques Torres,
especially over the holidays.
Yeah.
Jacques Torres bring some of his chocolates to set?
Yes.
Share with you?
There's chocolates around.
Yeah, he passes them to you.
Yeah.
Really?
Stuff
Yeah.
around.
He passes you a secret chocolate in between?
No, not a secret chocolate.
not a secret. He brings around a tray of chocolates
But
and you can have it.
You have access to chocolate.
You probably have a different experience. I chose not to be treated any differently than a contestant.
Wow, how big of you.
And I chose to be treated like a goddamn king.
You were like the beginning of Coming to America.
I was like, Wes, don't even talk. Don't even look at me, Wes.
I don't know what those judges were doing. They disappear for long stretches at a time.
I'm not allowed to even tell you.
Oh, you see, yeah.
Can't even tell you
they
what
have
we're
a back
doing.
room that I didn't see
So
or
it
know.
is in true real time. Like you guys have that long.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
Do
is
they
that.
shoot how many in a day?
One.
Wow.
But you know, there's a lot of like
a
little
grueling
pieces.
schedule.
But once the cook starts, it is full cook. And then you have like a big break between the cooks. And then you have, it is technically a game show. So there are like very staunch legal things that need to happen after the game is explained, because it's like that quiz show law. Like you need to go.
They can't fake who wins.
No,
They can't.
They can't fake who wins. They can't cheat time. They can't do like all the. They have to adhere to all the rules that like Jeopardy or any of those games.
Do you understand the game? Do you understand what's going on? We're going to restate the rules because in case Nicole or Jacques says something that isn't letter perfect, even though the show is goofy and fun, it
You
is
could
illegal.
sue somebody?
Yes.
So basically after they do their thing, then you are brought to another room where they read you all the rules of that particular challenge.
This is
and then you have to sign
honestly
a document.
more interesting than the entire movie we were forced to watch.
Yeah.
So I'll promote
Yeah.
Nailed It, which I think is so fun.
So good.
Such a great show.
And you just came home from jolly old England.
I just was in England for a couple of months shooting a movie that will, in theory, come out next year.
Amazing.
I don't know. Gather the family around the hearth and watch John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, guys.
That sounds
That's fun.
like a terrible. I will never in my entire
you
life
won't support
even
me?
watch the trailer
How
of that movie.
dare
Oh
you.
my God, it's so
You're
good.
missing
and he's
so much fun.
fantastic in it.
Um,
Well, I will also plug a joint Sheer Manzukis project, which is The Good Place, which will be coming back after the new year to finish their final episodes. It's just been a great season, and I think you've already seen Jason and you've already seen me, but you may see us again as this thing wraps up and heads to its final completion. Maybe, maybe not. And if you are looking for something to listen to and you are maybe frustrated or excited by The Rise of Skywalker, I will say this week on Unspooled, we are talking about Star Wars, and we actually have the original editor of Star Wars on Unspooled this week, and it was fascinating
Ooh, I like
to
that.
chat with him. And if you missed it a week ago, we had Ryan Johnson on the show, and Ryan Johnson gave his picks for movies that should be included on the AFI list, and they're great.
Ooh, I
They're
love
great.
that.
Yeah,
I'll give a shout out just for the sake of shouting out Star Wars related.
Yeah.
Mallory Rubin and Jason Concepcion are doing Star Wars for this season of Binge Mode.
Oh, it's great.
And it's fucking awesome.
Love
It is so good.
Love it. And I also just give a shout out, and I'm just really into this movie, but I love Uncut Gems. So go see that.
Oh, great.
It's a great movie.
Oh, and I finally in London got to see Mannequin Pussy live. They played
wow.
Drunk 2. It was fantastic. Great work. That band is rad. Still, guys, my song of the summer still works in the winter.
I love it. And June wanted to make sure that everyone knows that a perfect stocking stuffer or gift for this holiday season, maybe it's a New Year's gift as you start your resolutions, is her book that she co-wrote with Kate Black called Represent, A Woman's Guide to Running for Office and Changing the World. It's a workbook, a practical workbook that can show you just how easy it is to run for office. And this is not June saying it, but this is me saying it. You don't have to run for the biggest offices.
No.
There are many community
things
yes.
you can have a job,
Yes.
like a day job,
Yes.
and then also do this.
And you don't need to
affect
raise
real
hundreds
change.
of thousands of dollars. It is the local level is where change
There are things
is
that are
happening.
available to you guys. Things that are available.
Absolutely. All right.
I'm also just going to plug the Big Thief record, Two Hands.
Oh.
Just because it's
What?
my favorite record of the year. That's
What
it.
is- What's the TikTok man? Why are you?
That's
called
John
that?
Wick 3.
I know, but why are you called that?
Oh, you
I
gotta
can't
see
tell
it.
you.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
I'm
see
not
the
allowed
movie.
to tell you. You got to see the movie.
Got
Just
to
TikTok
see
man
it.
makes me feel
TikTok,
sick.
Gotta see it.
TikTok, Miss St. Clair. TikTok,
TikTok.
TikTok.
Do you kill anybody?
Oh
in it?
wow! You should TikTok, Jason. Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Do you kill somebody?
Oh, would you want to know?
Nope. I don't care.
I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost.
A sexy ghost.
Sexy ghost tucking you into bed at
All
night.
right, that was a lot of plugs. A big shout out to our producer.
End of the year plug!
End of the year plugs. A big shout out.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. A big shout out to our producer, Avril Halley, who pulls all these movies and all these amazing clips. Our all the time producer, Cody, who is just killing it all the time, Cody Fisher, and our engineer, Devin, who is the heart and soul behind the board all the time, whether we're on the road or, in the studio. And I have a very big announcement from June. She is not going to be a criminal juror. So there's
Yay!
And I would just like to, here we are at the end of the year, I would like to say thank you to everybody who came out to all of the shows, all of this tour.
Yes.
We toured a lot of this country this year.
You have some of the nicest fans.
The
in
best.
Some of the best
The
fans
best.
in the world. Thank you for bringing your babies. Thank you for letting us hold them.
Yes, and by the way, we're going to continue
that took a
touring.
I held
Turn.
so many
That
babies.
took a turn.
We're going to Vancouver.
We're going to
San
Vancouver.
Francisco.
Yes, San Francisco
Well, maybe
on.
you guys shouldn't have been such dicks about Canada. You're going to get a lot of.
No, we
Come
have
at me, Vancouver.
we have
Come
a-
at me, Couve.
All tickets and information are available on the new HDTGM.com website. We got the actual website. You can find out all the information about that there. Thank you, everybody, so much. Bye-bye.